Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
We have a follow-up on the atomic golf layoffs, what current and past employees have to say. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. Still ahead on 7 at 7.
You still get that wonderful Virgin difference when you fly on a Virgin plane.
A big announcement from Virgin Atlantic founder Richard Branson, details on the airline's nonstop overseas flight to and from Vegas. Plus, it's primary election day, what you need to know before you go out and cast your vote. And a health warning for Las Vegas locals: mosquitoes with West Nile virus have been found in 16 area codes. The symptoms you should be looking out for. We have all those details plus more right after this. Let's get into your business news. We begin with a follow-up to the layoffs at Atomic Golf just a few months after its opening. At least 250 employees were laid off, and Review-Journal reporter Sean Hemmersmeyer spoke to one employee who lost their job and another who's still employed there about the work conditions.
Mainly that the facility didn't handle heat very well since it's facing towards the west, so it gets kind of the brunt of the Las Vegas sunset, and there's not air conditioning in all parts of the facility, and that business levels, they started off steady when Atomic Golf first opened in March, and then they've kind of steadily declined.
Now, Atomic Golf didn't respond to any of the requests for comment regarding the design of the facility and the layoffs. In response to the complaints about the heat, Atomic Golf said it prioritizes the health of its guests and employees, but there have been issues with cooling systems at the property, and some air conditioning is not present in certain areas. Let's move on to your top story, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Today is primary election day, which will determine the GOP nominees for the Senate and other key races. Now, Republicans will pick their nominee for the Senate race, in which current Democratic Senator Jackie Rosen may be vulnerable. The outcome could determine which party controls the Senate, and locals will also vote in the mayor's race. The new mayor would represent over 650,000 residents and succeed the long reign of the Goodmans. Former President Donald Trump held a rally at Sunset Park last Sunday where he encouraged his supporters to vote, endorsing Sam Brown in the Senate primary. And President Joe Biden has also campaigned several times in Vegas to get those votes. More than 100 voting centers are open today. You can visit lvrj.com for a full list of those sites. In other news, Virgin Atlantic is turning 40 years old, and the founder Richard Branson celebrated the occasion with a visit to Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Our 7 at 7 p.m. anchor Lena Bleets tells us all about his big announcement.
Yes, travel fans, especially soccer fans, rejoice. Virgin Airlines once again flies nonstop between Harry Reid International Airport and Manchester, England. Founder and CEO Richard Branson spoke at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas on Monday, reminiscing on how his airline started with just one plane and outlived its early competitors.
Possible to be the David versus the Goliath and survive and succeed, and I'm just so proud of everybody that 40 years on, you still get that wonderful Virgin difference when you fly on a Virgin plane.
Virgin Atlantic restarted its nonstop service from Vegas to Manchester on June 2nd with flights 3 days a week.
Moving on to your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. That extreme heat continues as those temperatures are expected to reach a high of about 108 degrees by 5 p.m. That excessive heat warning will remain in effect until Wednesday night, so make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because the rest of the week, I'm already sweating just looking at these numbers. We are expecting temperatures near 110 the rest of the week, with overnight lows in the high 70s.
Now for your sports update, sponsored by PT's Taverns, your place to watch all the sports action. Vegas has a tie to the Stanley Cup final this year, and we're not talking about the Golden Knights, but the Las Vegas Wranglers. Edmonton Oilers assistant coach Glenn Galitson served as head coach for the defunct minor league hockey team for 6 seasons, earning ECHL Coach of the Year honors in 2006. He moved up to the NHL, making stops as coach for various teams before landing in Edmonton. Galitson and his Oilers hope to climb back in the Stanley Cup final, as him and his Oilers are down 2-0 against the Florida Panthers. Game 3 is in Edmonton on Thursday.
Moving on to your health news, the Southern Nevada Health District says thousands of mosquitoes have tested positive for the West Nile virus. Now, according to a news release, as of June 6, 91 mosquito pools with more than 3,000 mosquitoes from 16 zip codes have tested positive for the West Nile virus. The news release noted that most people infected with the virus will not develop symptoms. However, people who become ill may develop a fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, and even fatigue. Serious cases may cause encephalitis, which is inflammation of the brain, or meningitis.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Boston Celtics are not only heavy favorites to beat the Dallas Mavericks to win the 2024 NBA championship, but they're also the clear 3-1 favorites at the Westgate Superbook to win the 2025 NBA title. 8 other teams have odds of less than 20-1. The Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder are each 9-1, and the Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves are each 10-1. The Milwaukee Bucks and Philadelphia 76ers are each 12-1. The New York Knicks are 14-1, and the Los Angeles Clippers are 16-1. Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders have about $34 million in cap space for the 2024 season. Vinny Bonsignor explains how the team can make use of this.
Remember, the Raiders have Robert Spillane, Divine Diablo, Nate Hobbs, Shervon Merrick, Malcolm Kuntz, and Marcus Epps as pending free agents. They want to keep as many of those guys as possible. And how do you do that? Well, you need cap space to be able to do that. This money that they have, or cap space that they have, is going to be better suited for next year. That doesn't mean that they can't go out and sign a veteran cornerback. But other than that, I don't see any big signings out of this cap space.
Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. A skate park now has a new colorful look to it after the city of Las Vegas dedicated new murals to that location. This project can be found at the Doc Romeo Skate Park, where 3 of the bowls have unique designs in them. It was led by a local artist and skateboarder, and the arts organization Paints with Care. According to a city overview, the artist had seen that the park was underused and thought his murals would improve the park and even get the community involved. Now for lifestyle, Yelp has released its list of the top 100 sushi spots in the U.S. for 2024, and 8 of these spots are in Vegas, which is the most for any city. Some of the restaurants that made that list include Ari Sushi and Sake, Sushi Hiroyoshi, Japanese Cuisine, and Kabuto. For the full list, you can visit lvrj.com. Thanks for watching 7 at 7. As always, you can search Review Journal on the platform of your choice to stay up to date all the time. We'll see you here tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.